Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Barretto Boys are back for our weekly NFL recap for the Week 10. I'm Dylan Barretto, Podcast Poppy. I'm with Big Brother Steven Barretto. Hello.
Racketeering.
Got some insane shit happening right now. The Detroit Lions and Houston Texans game just wrapped up, where the Houston Texans blew it. Lions make a 18-point comeback, 19-point comeback.
Yeah.
Win the game on a field goal that if it was a millimeter to the left would have been missed.
This is almost like we're playing Madden and I was the Lions.
Funny enough,
only me is able to pull shit out like that.
In our other group chat, our friend Jamie just goes, "Man, imagine having 5 interceptions and still winning the game." I was like, "Yeah, it's like playing Steven and Madden." Where no matter how many interceptions this motherfucker threw, you be having the worst game of all time, he's still always in it. Still always in it unless clock's fucking zero. So it's unreal. And I think the Texans are so fucking lucky their division is bad.
Oh, the Texans are lucky the AFC in general is bad because when you're looking at the playoff standings, like the Bengals are the 7th seed, and they're a terrible team. They are the 7th seed coming into the day.
7th seed coming today. If their division was just worth a damn, they'd be like, okay, pressure. But this Texas team, no matter what, I still really don't know what to fucking make of this fucking Texans team, because they literally play up and down to their competition every fucking week.
They have the fucking, and they're also, Nico Collins is the key to this team, and Joe Mixon, and once they took away Joe Mixon, Nico Collins didn't play today, even though he's off the injury report. He didn't play today. So once you take away Joe Mixon, it's like CJ Stroud. We're not going to give you Tank Dell. We're going to take away Joe Mixon. Make a star out of one of these other receivers.
Even when Nico Collins was playing, this Texas team still was so up and down.
The offense was scary. They couldn't. Nico Collins stretched the field. Like you have to watch this team. The offense when Nico Collins was on the field.
Jared Goff played so fucking bad.
Houston did what they wanted to do. But like, we want Jared Goff to beat us. Because this is how you beat the Lions team. Keep them out of the rhythm of their offense where you take the run game away. And you want Jared Goff to beat. That's what happened when they played Tampa. They took away the run game and made him throw 55 times. If you make Jared Goff beat you. Don't make the rest of the team beat you. And they did that. That crazy sequence to begin the third quarter where they're just trading interceptions.
I just don't good teams will figure out a way to win, and we'll get to that when we get to the Chiefs game.
The Lions found a way to win.
The Lions found a way to win.
Jared Goff, their offense played bad, but they won.
Good teams will always find a fucking way to pull victory from the jaws of defeat.
You're not going to blow out teams. You can blow out teams. You can, have be a team by 7 and then just win games you should lose. Teams that win always find a way to win.
And the Lions seem like they're that team.
The Lions have everything lined up for them. Only they can screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
Another indoor game. Only 2 outdoor games for them out of 3. They already played 1, and they don't play those 2 outdoor games for a while, like towards the end of the season. And everything could be wrapped up by then that they don't really need to play those 2 outdoor games. They have to they're still one game ahead of everybody in NFC for the 1 seed, but they need that 1 seed. They cannot afford to if they have to go outside, say Philly or Washington, or Philly or Washington that end up getting the 1 seed in the weather. Jared Goff outdoors in bad weather always is a thing, but only they can mess up there. They control their own destiny because they beat the Packers, they beat the Vikings. They're gonna sweep the Bears. It's like what they control their own destiny. It's those other games they got to play San Francisco in San Francisco. That game might not matter. And then the Bears, I believe, is their last game of the season, but that might not matter neither. But they have to finish the stuff out now.
Thursday Night Football, Bengals 34, Ravens 35. This game was fucking awesome. Awesome. This Ravens defense stinks.
Next week we're getting good Thursday games.
Like, I had to face the guy that had Jamar Chase this week.
Well,
I lost on Thursday.
I'm glad I didn't have to face him, but I had Chase Brown too. Chase Brown was unbelievable this game too. Offensively, but here's the thing: is the Ravens defense is so bad.
They're the worst pass defense in football.
Pass defense in the NFL. And so when we're going to see what happens when Deontay Johnson learns the offense more and he's out there more, but they're going to have to keep their defense off the field. And they have to. Cincinnati's defense is bad. Your defense
Horrid.
Your defense is the Ravens defense is bad too, but in the fourth quarter of games, they have to pound Derrick Henry down the throats. I feel like they didn't do enough with Derrick Henry that game.
I agree because I was sitting there.
16 carries. No, in the fourth quarter, you gotta close them out. You can't put your defense back on the field. Joe Burrow is a hot quarterback, but you got to keep him off the field. The way your defense over the past 3 years has blown leads, and your defense is relatively worse now than they were last year and the year before while you were still blowing leads.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep them off the fucking field. That's where Derrick Henry comes in.
So this game ends on a 2-point conversion. And Mike was asking me on the pod because I forgot who the fuck we were talking about. Where he was like, I think it was Todd Bowles. Where they on Monday night when they scored the touchdown and they kicked the extra point. It's supposed to go in for 2. I was like, they should have went for 2. And he's like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, you don't take the chance of having to go to overtime against Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, so if you're on the road, you need to go for 2.
Like, you need to go for 2. And then he was like, oh, when they scored the touchdown, he goes, Dylan, did he go for 2? I'm like, absolutely. Do you want to know why? You play to win the game. Nothing's guaranteed in overtime. You could win the coin toss. You could lose the coin toss. Whatever it is. Like when we get to the Giant game, we can talk about the coin toss. If
you win the coin toss and they score a touchdown, you didn't even get a chance to get the ball. So
yeah. So why are we bringing it to overtime? Fuck it. End in regulation. Either like take away their oxygen, kill them, or you lose. And I think the Bengals going for 2 here was the right decision. Whether they got it or not, the right decision. Did they make the wrong call? Was there penalties missed? Yeah, there was a penalty missed on that play, but it is what it is. I didn't think it was a good play design anyway, but you're confident in it. Joe Burrow is the hot hand. Jamar Chase should have been the target because they just couldn't stop him. Like, what do you have? Fucking 11 catches, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns. Like, what are we doing here? The fact that he wasn't the target to put the dagger, like, maybe we should rethink some things. But, like, that's the play. You go for 2. You have to make Lamar beat you. Like, it is what it is. Great game, though. Unbelievable. Me being the Joe Burrow fan that I am, you love to see these things. It's just the rest of this Bengals team fucking stinks. Their defense stinks.
They get up for the Chiefs. They get up for the Ravens.
Nobody else though.
Well, the thing is, they're hanging around. They're hanging around. The AFC is so bad that they're the 7th seed right now is amazing.
Mike sent me a message during the fourth quarter of this game where he was like, I think we need to apologize to the Patriots because these are the 2 worst teams in football. And Mike is a double fan. Mike, which is something I disagree with, completely can't do that, right? So Mike is a Tennessee Titans fan and he is a New York Giants fan. So he roots for both teams, can't do it, right?
You have to pick one.
You got to pick one. So he's sitting there as they go through this game where I turned this game off initially after the first drive of each team. I was like, I'm not going to subject myself to this on a Sunday morning where I have to already watch bad football at 4:25 today. I'm not going to do it at fucking 9:30 in the morning, right? And then Steven's like, oh, Bryce Young's balling. I'm like, oh, all right, let me turn this game off. And Bryce Young played himself a game. Granted, this Giants team stinks, and Daniel Jones is fucking bad.
You can't play him. He's missed. At some point, enough is enough. Dave Ball is coaching for his job. You have to look. You're going into a perfect time to bench your quarterback. You're on a bye week. He's missing open receivers all over the place, and he has time. He's just not throwing the ball. That flea flicker was terrible. He had 2.
Oh my god, that flea flicker! The only person I've ever seen get sacked on a fucking flea flicker is Zach Wilson.
I'm like, I've never seen a quarterback get sacked. He's like the only quarterback I've ever seen get sacked on a flea flicker. And I'm like, both receivers are open. And you see both receivers open, and he's just not throwing them the ball. What are you doing? At some point, you have to put in Drew Lock. You got to see the season's over, and right now you currently have the first pick in the draft. Because we said it last week. You lose to the Panthers, everybody got to lose their job. They're giving away receivers the past 2 weeks.
This Giant team got beat by nobodies.
Nobody. Bryce Young was picking them a fucking part.
Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard had himself a fucking game too.
Chuba Hubbard just got paid. Chuba Hubbard is the only person worth a damn on this fucking team right now.
Unreal.
They just Malik Neighbors has a corner almost on every play lined up 11 yards away from him. And I'm like, so do they run slants at all? Like, are they going to run quick game? Because if they're going to fucking line the corner up off of them,
you have to make the adjustment there.
I watch this all the time as a Dallas Cowboys fan. When I see all the corners always 10 yards back, the team always throws the fucking ball short right there. Like, I'm like, so they're giving him 7 yards. You literally can play. You literally don't have to see a third down at any time because they're lining up off Neighbors. Only like a couple plays where they're actually on Neighbors. I'm like, where's the play design towards Neighbors? And then when they do have play, Daniel Jones doesn't throw the ball. Wide receiver on the sideline, he throws the ball 15 yards out of bounds.
Or he forces it and J.C. Horn is draping him. And it's just like, I don't understand it, man. Like, I don't understand how you could continuously trot this fucking guy out there every week.
You said this last week. What more do you need to see from him? He's here. This is the last year of his guaranteed money. He's not going to be on the team next year. Unless you want to fucking draft a quarterback and have him sit behind Daniel Jones. But there's no way you cannot return next season with Daniel Jones as quarterback. He's a backup at best.
If that, like, let me tell you something, man. That guy stinks. He's always been bad, and these fucking dudes paid him off of 1 year. They deserve everything they get.
You have skill. You have Malik Neighbors. Tracy's going to be a good running back, but you guys, they have to get somebody there. And the Giants fans, they all want Cam Ward.
Jet fans too. Giants score 17 in the second half to tie this game. Giants win the coin toss, receive. Daniel Jones gives Bryce Young a nice little fist bump. And then first play, hands off the ball, fumble. Hands off the ball, fumble. So good teams always find ways to win, right? Bad teams always find ways to lose. And just when the Giants are like, oh, we have a chance to win, they went and they grabbed defeat out of the jaws of victory and gave the ball right back to the fucking Panthers.
I don't like give the Panthers their first winning streak in how long?
God, I don't even know. 2 straight.
The Panthers won 2 in a row.
It's been a couple years, I believe. I think it's been like 2 years. So, Giants stink, Panthers stink, but boy, Panthers got something cool to look forward to, like to build on. So, shout out to them.
The thing about it is the Giants team is better than that Panthers team, and you just lose that game.
Patriots 19, Bears 3. I don't understand how this Bears head coach still has a job right now. I don't get it.
Here's the thing. The problem is, and this is this Bears coaching staff, every rookie quarterback that's been drafted this year that's playing, you can see them getting better. Bo Nix, he's way better than he was week 1. Jaden Daniels, he's better. Struggled today, but we'll get into that. Who else am I missing?
What? The other guy is torn ACL, but there's only 3.
And
Daniels, Caleb, May.
Yeah, Drake May. Drake May is getting better every week in this game. But Caleb Williams feels like he's getting worse against a Patriots team that he should be doing good against. And once again, the Bears, schematically, coaching-wise, they just want why do you not start the game running the ball? They've been doing this every week for no reason. They're just trying to throw the ball on every down and then start running the ball later. And why? Give DeAndre Swift a chance. You have a decent defense, but you can't.
Really good defense.
You can't keep putting them out on the field. Your offensive line sucks. You need to run quicker. You cannot protect Caleb Williams to save his life. Why are you not running quick shit? Everything go.
Everything is long developing routes. Everything's play action when you're not establishing the run. And then then Caleb sits there and he's going to be rushed, overthrow, make bad decisions, run around trying to be Superman.
Use Caleb's feet. Send him on raw. Send him on runs. Do some options with his ass.
There's no reason you don't score a touchdown on this Patriot team.
Slants. Can you get a slant out? What are you doing with Keenan Allen? That's the fucking problem.
There's no way you don't score a touchdown on this Patriot team.
The Bears haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games.
Anthony sent a thing. He's like, "Oh, I think it's time we start talking about Caleb Williams being a bust." When on Wednesday, he was defending everything Caleb Williams was doing. He's like, "Oh, it's unfair critique." Da 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 da. Listen, my critique of Caleb Williams has been the same from when he was in college to is right now. Right, he's just getting no help from his offensive play calling, from the offensive line, and then he's doing too much and he looks fucking terrible because of it. Like this, you need to help this kid. Help this kid and save him from himself before you ruin another quarterback. Like every fucking quarterback looks better. Every fucking quarterback looks better but him. And I wonder why.
Long developing plays with an offensive line you never address. Caleb Williams is coming in he's in the best situation than any of the other rookie quarterbacks coming in. He has weapons. The motherfucker has DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. Drake May, he ain't got no fucking wide receivers. Bo Nix he's got Cortland Sutton, but
he's got Sean Payton.
Yeah, he's got Sean fucking Payton. What else? Jaden Daniels has Terry McLaurin, but not as many weapons as fucking.
Caleb has all the weapons.
He has all the weapons, but they're playing Shane Waldron and his wide receiver route trees. They only run 4 routes in his route trees for his offenses. There's no creativity. And when they run the ball, they're successful.
There's no common sense. It's not even creativity. There's no common sense in the play calling.
You cannot lose this Patriots team.
You cannot score a touchdown against this Patriot team when you have all this talent.
There's too much talent to not be. But all the fucking Bears wins have come against losing teams.
9 times. He was sacked 9 times.
I believe the Patriots have 18 sacks on the season.
9 of them came in this game.
One of the worst teams of fucking getting sacks, and they sacked them 9 times.
9 fucking times.
Are just real bad. Like they're not gonna even get him. Like
all Gerard Mayo did was just blitz this fucker. That's all he did is just blitz him all game, and they're just like, we don't know how to figure this out. We don't know what to do.
If you run a prehistoric offense, it's nothing schematically works. So, and he thought Justin Fields was the problem.
And it's not even that like Drake May played great. He didn't. Like this game was asking to be won. Asking to be won.
The Bears were just so bad. Like the Bears, again, we go to their victories. They beat the Panthers. They beat the fucking Rams team that everybody's in the fucking hospital.
The Jags.
They beat the Giants. Who else they beat?
The Jaguars.
Jags. They took advantage of all the teams that are worse than them. And this is a game where the Patriots are a worse team than them. And they lost. Makes no sense.
49ers 23, Bucks 20. Let me tell you something. This motherfucker, Baker Mayfield, had some of the best plays in this game at the end, trying to just drag this team to a victory. That stiff arm on Nick Bosa.
Oh.
That's an unreal fucking play.
Stiff arm for like 5 yards to the right.
And still made the throw.
San Francisco's so lucky Mike Evans didn't play.
Oh.
If Baker had Mike Evans, I believe they win this game. Like, because him with no receivers right now is this 49ers team can get got. The 49ers should have lost this game. To me, like they just put it out. Their field goal kicker missed 3 field goals. Debo getting ready to punch the kicker on the sideline.
Oh, yeah. He fought. He gave the long snapper a shove in the neck. Nice little throat shove. Like, ugh. He's just walking around. And he's like, fucking, I'm out of here. But they were able to pull it out. They pulled it out. McCaffrey came back, and it didn't look like he was on really much of a pitch count. They just didn't really run the ball a lot.
No, they didn't run the ball this game. Tampa, one thing they always do good is you can't run on Tampa.
Yes, yep.
You can throw on Tampa. You cannot run on Tampa. Levante David, Vita Vea, they shut that shit down. So hard to run on Tampa.
Shout out to Rachaad White on that reception, on that Baker stiff arm. I don't know how, if you're Nick Bosa, you just didn't get him down. I just don't know how that doesn't happen.
Also,
Luckily, it was all for naught.
Yeah, they left time for them.
It was all for naught, and the Niners ended up coming out for a win. What do we have? What's next? Oh, Broncos Chiefs. Here we go. Good teams find ways to win. This Broncos defense had Pat Mahomes in fucking hell all game.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes getting rocked this game.
He was getting the shit kicked out of him.
Broncos.
The shit kicked out of him. And the Broncos on their last drive
against them, when did they get destroyed last week? And today they just shut this shit down. Well, Pat Mahomes missed some throws too. Pat Mahomes had he missed the throw to Worthy, and then he missed Kelsey in the back of the end zone. Other than that, they were just rocking it. This was a defensive game.
This Broncos defense is so fucking good. It's so fucking good. And like the Broncos did the thing you're supposed to, and they just drained every bit of clock that they could.
And when they lined up, I'm like, I feel like this kick's.
I said the same fucking thing.
I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, and then I'm like, they overloaded the left side. I'm like, I feel like this is gonna get blocked, and it gets blocked. I'm like, they overloaded. I'm like, there's only like 3 guys on the right side.
The entire left side of the line fucking collapsed. They all just melted like ice cream on a summer day. Just dissolved.
Right side. There's 8 guys on the left side. They couldn't block it. You want to know how they blocked the kick? There you go. Like I've never seen the one side overloaded like that. I'm like,
when that happened, I was like, no shot. No, like I saw the first like 3 guys on the left just go down. Like, no way, they're about to block this, and they blocked. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm like, I feel like this kick's gonna get blocked, and then I'm like, oh my god,
the Chiefs had no business winning this game. No business winning this game. But the Chiefs, they pulled it out. The Chiefs look like the team of fucking destiny. They look like the team that's like, hey, we're gonna do it. They pull it out of their ass
next week because they play the Bills next week, and Josh Allen only beats them in the regular
season.
So,
only beats them in the regular season.
Only beats them in the regular season. But
holy shit, man! This Chiefs team,
Chiefs defense too, is like, look, they kept both in the fucking pocket. Bo Nix could not run. He could not run. Like
exactly what you need to do.
There's a lot of running. He gets a lot of rushing yards. How many yards Bo Nix had? Probably like what, 10? They shut his ass down.
He had -5.
-5 running. He usually he gets like
he's good for like 60. Yeah. He's good for 60.
They did not let him run at all today. They kept his ass in the pocket, and he played pretty well today. Like that's what I'm saying. All the rookie quarterbacks, you can see them getting better. You see them getting better. He did this against the Chiefs defense, his first time against the Chiefs. And they kept his ass in the pocket. They took away one of the parts of his game that helps him succeed, and they made him a pocket passer. He did pretty okay. But he did everything they did to win the game. He wasn't the reason they lost the game. They just fucking blocked the field goal. But then Chicago is like their quarterbacks are getting worse. It's like rookie quarterback, they're getting better, except for one.
The Chiefs are so for those of you who don't know, I made a phrase famous among our Madden group, where if something just goes completely wrong, it's Madden sucking your dick. Madden is sucking your dick with all this bullshit that's happening. against me. Like, you're just catching everything. I can't do it. Damn, man just wants you to win. You're supposed to win this game. Man just sucking your dick. The football gods are sucking the shit out of the Chiefs' dick over these last like 4 weeks. It's unfucking real, and it just feels like it's supposed to happen. And I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, hands up. We're just watching it happen. Just go ahead. As long as we all can accept what's happening, that the football gods want this, we can watch history. So let's keep it up.
Teams, even though they've won back to back, they don't start off like this. My Super Bowl pick.
What's the Chiefs' schedule look like? So they have the Bills.
They can lose that Bills game.
They can lose the Bills game. They can lose this Steelers game.
They get the Raiders. They get the Chargers. They get the Browns. Houston, depending on how Houston's health-wise is going to look.
They have 3 games left on their schedule that they can really lose. It's the Bills, the Steelers, and the Broncos.
Well, that Broncos game might not mean anything, so they might...
Unless they want to go undefeated. If they get to this point, if they get to this Bronco game here and they're undefeated...
Andy Reid's done this before. If they have the 1 seed locked up, Andy Reid's not playing them in that fucking Broncos game. He would rather have them...
Then you got to get that loss out of the way before that.
Hey, listen.
Because if you have history in front of you...
The Chargers, Justin Herbert always gives them a problem.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we're going to get it this time.
The Steelers, that Pittsburgh game will be...
That Pittsburgh game is the one.
The week before is going to decide something. We don't know who will be quarterback then.
Bills 30, Colts 20. I've been looking all year for fucking dumb Josh Allen. I've been looking all year for dumb Josh Allen. He showed up today. And it warms my heart that he showed up because I knew he was in there. He's been fighting his Green Goblin mask for a while, but it finally took over today. And in the end, it didn't matter. But it was good to see that dumb motherfucker still exists. All I know is the Colts are in the weirdest spot of all time with quarterback because you either put in the guy who can't throw the football or you play the guy who throws the football to the other team.
Here's the thing, though. Look,
who's their emergency quarterback?
We don't know. The Colts. I believe the Colts over the past couple seasons, instead of beating Buffalo, all they did was run the ball with Jonathan Taylor,
which they did today. It's just it doesn't help when you give the ball away 3 times.
They can't. Buffalo's glaring weakness on defense. They do not want you to run the ball. What happened? Jonathan Taylor has this long ass run at the beginning of the game. They do not want you to run the ball on them. They want you to throw the ball 35 times because that's the strength of their defense. And when you're in the game, you have Joe Flacco. We know what he is. But look, your receivers, they're okay. They're not like there's no outstanding receiver that stands out. Pittman, he's out. He didn't play today. He was out. So you're going on these other receivers. And Joe Flacco, no, you need to run the ball with fucking Jonathan Taylor. 21 is not enough. This is how you beat Buffalo. You just have to run the ball. They do not want you to run the ball. When you run the ball in Buffalo, they shit their fucking pants. Because they know they can't stop the run. They always have the best second.
The problem is the Colts have a decent team. Like, they have a better team than what they are right now. It's just their quarterback play is fucking bad. Like, the Colts defense is pretty good. They have Jonathan Taylor. They have some good wide receivers.
Yeah, they have Kenny Moore. Yeah, they have good wide receivers, but if Joe Flacco's not gonna, he's not gonna make them better.
If they could somehow combine Joe Flacco and Anthony Richardson into one player, then this Colts team would be fucking scary.
That might be a terrible combination. You might want to rephrase that.
Listen, if Joe Flacco could move, it'd be a little different. It'd be a little different.
But he's still throwing the ball to the other team.
Hey, maybe he doesn't force that throw if he could just run.
Joe Flacco, he probably has one more week. If he plays another bad game like that,
AR's back.
They're gonna have to go to AR. Like, listen, you got to finish it. If you 4-7, you gotta put AR back in there, and you get the draft pick. You get the draft pick.
Steelers 28, Commanders 27. George Pickens, if you just kind of put that ball anywhere near him, he just kind of always catches it.
No, except that one he get intercepted.
Yeah, except for that one. And then he proceeded to go and beat up that corner. George Pickens is the funniest wide receiver I think I've ever seen. Because, boy, when he gets mad, and he just stops giving a fuck. And on that interception, he stopped giving a fuck about the game. He was just like, I'm going to beat the shit out of this guy.
Here, we told you about Washington is that they only beat the bad teams. They've only beaten teams with a losing record. Their defense
came close today. They played a good game.
The defense isn't really that good. That's the problem.
Yeah, they needed Lattimore today.
The NFC East defenses are terrible. We're gonna find out. But Russell Wilson was bad today too. Let's not we got the 3 touchdowns. He started 3 games, and 2 of them he was like 50% accurate, or worse in 2 of the 3 games he's played. The defense. I would love to see Justin Fields. We might get Justin Fields again because they have yet to play a division game starting next week. They do. And if Russell Wilson is bad again, you're going to have to – I think we're going to see Justin Fields again. But Justin Fields never got to play with Jaylen Warren or any of these fucking receivers. He had Pickens, but then they always commit a stupid-ass penalty.
The Steelers did this dumbass fake punt in this fucking game, and I was like, Tomlin, what are you fucking doing?
That fake punt is the reason Washington was in the game at all.
And the worst part about this fucking game was
they shut Jaden Daniels down. They really did. They said, Jaden Daniels, you're not going to run against us.
I can't fucking believe when it was 4th and fucking 2 on the Steelers' last possession of this fucking game. Everybody and their fucking mother knows that they're just trying to fucking get the fakes count off, the hard count, try to get a cheap 5 first down. And on the first fucking one, this idiot on the fucking Commanders is like,
I'm like, did he just jump off sides that quick? I'm like,
first hard count.
The first three hard count, the first 3 fucking sounds. I'm like, okay, it's usually like the second one, or like
the first one.
Mike Tomlin was not going for that there. That was too much of a risk. Mike Tomlin was not going to go for that. Look how close. All they needed was a field goal to win the game. So they fail that right there. All they need is one completion, and they're in field goal range. Now, they're not to make field goal, but Mike Tomlin's not going to do that.
This is what happens. Like this Dan Quinn team, it's outperforming expectations, but then you have the little things like that where it's like if you had real vets on this team, or if you had real players on this defense, that shit doesn't happen.
He always gets his players to overachieve for them, so they're playing better than they actually are. That's what they do because there's no loafing. There's no loafers. They don't take plays off.
I mean,
he's not
the Commanders secondary does. They take plays off.
Terrible. They're not taking plays off.
They're fucking terrible.
They're just being beat.
Like that last touchdown, like Mike Williams had one catch today for a 30-yard touchdown, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at that play. I'm like, so how the fuck does Mike Williams get wide open? All he did was run a straight line. I'm like,
he just ran a straight line. Say Juice just let him go.
The corner is lined up 10 yards away from him. How the fuck did you just run past that corner?
Just let him go.
I'm like, the corner already has leverage. But I looked on, he was inside leverage 10 years off. So I'm like, well, now he's got a position where you want to be, and he just looked in the sky for a moon ball.
All I know is that dude on Twitter that I see all the time better have been calling PG County Sheriff's Department on St. Juice again. That motherfucker. That motherfucker. He's like, oh, Benjamin St. Juice is selling drugs behind the PG County Mall again. Come and get him.
Thursday is battle for first place when they're going to be playing the Eagles. And the Eagles defense is bad too. Don't let it fool you when they're beating up all these bad teams, when they're beating up on bad teams. Oh, I think their defense is good. I was like, who did they stop? Nobody.
Vikings 12, Jaguars 7. Pumpkin Watch. Pumpkin Watch 2024. Sam Darnold.
Cinderella is back scrubbing floors because that clock is struck.
These last two games for Sam Darnold have been pretty tough.
There's some things you can't change. You can hide it very well, but there's something you could put a big ass turtleneck sweater on a tiger, but the stripes are still there. You're only hiding the stripes. It's coming out with Sam Darnold. Now this is the Minnesota problem, because if Mac Jones was playing this game, if this is a better fucking Jaguars team or any other coach that knew what the fuck they were doing with this Jaguars team, that Sam Darnold throws 3 interceptions, they would have won this game. But like they literally took away Justin Jefferson. How?
I don't know, man. But every time there was a ball towards the end zone, it was just a Jaguar got it. Jaguar just took it.
You throw the ball, the ball's going towards the end zone, and the other team catches every one of them. That's not. He's always been this way. He's always been a turnover machine. So
we love you, Sam, but come the fuck on, man.
O'Connell got away with one. He got away with one today, but if that happens against better teams,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap because it's not looking good.
Jaguars stink. We got McCorkle sighting, and McCorkle. If anything's gonna be done, like if anything's guaranteed in life, it's death, taxes, and McCorkle. McCorkle gonna McCorkle.
He's gonna have his hands on his head at one point.
McCorkle gonna McCorkle. And shout out to Hunter. Shout out to Hunter at the beginning of this game. He was like, man, Mac Jones is making throws I've never seen Mac Jones make before. And immediately after his interception at the end of the game, I was like, that one looks familiar, huh?
And he loved Mac Jones at the beginning. The same shit he's spewing about Drake May. I'm like, you said this about Mac Jones. You're repeating everything.
Drake May does that thing Mac Jones does, where he throws the interception, he puts both hands on his head. What a fucking call out. I was like, hell yeah, Steven. Hell yeah.
Same number. That's what Mac Jones does when he throws a pick. His hands are on his head.
All right. Falcons 17, Saints 20. This Falcons team is so fucking stupid sometimes.
New coach theory. But listen. The Falcons basically have the South wrapped up. They already swept the Bucks. They split with the Saints, and they have to play the Carolina Panthers twice.
Younghoe Koo missed like 4 field goals today.
Younghoe Koo had a bad game.
He had a horrendous game, and they still had a chance to win, even though he was 1 for 4. He still had a chance to win. This game was lost by bad clock management, man.
Well, bad clock management on the Saints too. The Falcons got so many chances.
And Alvin Kamara dropping the wheel route. That was a walk-in touchdown. Oh my God.
But Marquez Valdez-Scantling can catch on the Saints, but he couldn't catch for 2 years on the Chiefs.
When I saw that Marquez Valdez-Scantling was the receiver to watch today, and like it just kept popping up on Red Zone, I was like, "What's happening? What year are we in?"
He does this all the time when he's playing with Green Bay. He has one game where he goes off like this, and you never hear about it ever again. He never had a game like that for the Chiefs, though. He dropped it.
Never.
Chance. So.
Well, he had what? That one play. Who was the AFC Championship game last year? That's the game where he made a couple catches. But it's like, oh my fucking God. Like Derek Carr to MVS. I'm like, holy shit. What world, what bizarro world do I live in?
Kirk Cousins, this is what you're gonna get sometimes. Kirk Cousins was very bad today. He was
bad.
He was bad today. The stats. I'm like, oh, he's 300 yards. Well, he was bad. He was bad today. Like the Falcons team should have destroyed the Saints team.
We're about to get into the slate of games that I didn't really watch. So I'm gonna need you to do some heavy lifting here. Well,
it was hard to. We didn't get a Will Levis meme today because they started off hot. They started off Titans get the ball first, and they threw Calvin Ridley touchdown, and like, oh wow, what's going on? And then the Chargers just settled down.
Chargers play the safe style of football.
Justin Herbert in the run game. Running fucking QB power with Justin Herbert in the fucking goal line.
So Mike, our resident double fan, Michael Blackman, he said something about how this Giants team fucking stinks. And because he roots for both teams, I said, you deserve for the Titans to sign Daniel Jones because of this nonsense. Because then he goes, similar to what you said, he goes, so the Cowboys, so the Titans drafting, or the Giants drafting Cam Ward? I'm like, no, they don't draft black quarterbacks. They just don't. It'll be Newsmeyer from LSU, or it'll be like Quinn Ewers, right? And
they're not fucking taking those bastards with the first pick, but if they do,
it wouldn't surprise me.
They're gonna have to trade back and pick them.
And Mike goes, man, they need to bench Daniel Jones and put Tyrod in so they get used to starting a black quarterback. And I'm like, hey, Mike, I hate to break it to you, but the black quarterback plays across the hall. And he's like, shit, I forgot.
Yeah, Drew Lock. Drew Lock's got a
you got the other black quarterback, Drew Lock.
Yeah.
So
easy. You got.
So this Titans team fucking stinks.
The Titans team is told you at the beginning of the year. This Titans team.
Yeah, my bad.
You gotta get. Like, man, they're fucking trash. They're gonna be fighting for that fucking first pick. The Titans team is trash. They can't do nothing. Chargers? They get a lead.
They keep the lead.
It's legal deflate gate because they're just not throwing the ball no more.
Nope.
They get a lead. Look, let's Herbert throw 18 times. They got a lead. It was more. It was a 3-score lead. They scored at the end, but
yeah,
ran the ball. They scored. They just ran the ball. Once they get a 3-score lead, that's it. Good. Gus Edwards came back today, so you're getting Gus Edwards,
Gus Bus,
Dobbins, and you ain't getting the ball back. Joey Bosa coming back, sacking Will Levis. They forcing turnovers. The Chargers team, like did, very favorable schedule. They're at 6 wins already. They get to play the Raiders again.
The AFC West might have a few people in this playoff.
Well,
to keep this up, like if Denver could fuck around and make the playoffs.
They're already there. If you check the playoff standings so far, it's 3 AFC West teams and then Bengals rounded out.
So the reason why I don't know much about this slate of games is because I was watching this fucking shit show. This fucking shit show of a game. So Jets 6, Cardinals 31. So if you would tell me that, the Jets are not stopping the run, like whatever, it is what it is. Like I know the Jets aren't going to stop the run. The Jets defense has been very disappointing. Ever since the Saleh firing, the Jets defense has gotten worse. I think the Jets defense, on average, now gives up like 28 points a game.
Ahmad Gardner has, what's his name? McBride. Ahmad Gardner has McBride wrapped up only to get shooken off.
Shocker. Corner's bad at tackling. Corner's bad at tackling. But, like, there's so many fucking problems with this fucking team. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
The problem, the key cogs of the defense the past 2 years, you let go. That's the problem. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback for this great defense. Great defense. Your defense ain't able to stay great forever. It's gone.
What key cogs did we let go?
John Franklin Myers is another fucking.
He's the one. He is the one I agree with.
Key cog.
Because Bryce Huff is not that. Bryce Huff is not the one I'd be saying. Because we replaced Bryce Huff. Because Bryce Huff is gotten like 1 sack on the year.
Myers is making a difference on Denver.
JFM is the one, and they had to get rid of him because of the money. That's the one I wish we had back. Because JFM was the fucking one. He would have done wonders for this defense.
Now this defense, it looks like this defense is terrible.
It's very bad. Very bad.
Murray is having his way with his defense. James Conner having his way with his defense. McBride. Marv with a great route at the back of the end zone. I'm like, oh my God.
Do you know who this guy is, Steven?
That's Brett Favre.
That is Brett Favre. I would like to remind the world here. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I never have. And I never will. Because I've been saying for 2 seasons now, if we just had an average quarterback over the last couple years, we would have been a 10-win team. Would have been a 10-win team because over the last 10 years, the Jets were 9 one-score games. 9 one-score games, right? 4 this year, 5 last year. You give me an average quarterback in those games last year, 10 wins. You give me an average quarterback in the fucking games this year, we're probably 7-3, not 3-7. But the reason why I said I didn't want Aaron Rodgers is because of this guy. The only difference between
Brett Favre was played way better than Aaron Rodgers.
Way better. The problem is Brett Favre was unbelievable, and then he got hurt. And
well, that Jets team only missed the playoffs for the last game of the season. That was it.
We went on a losing streak. We went on a losing streak. The last
it was like the last game of the season you lost, so you were out.
The reason why I hate Aaron Rodgers is because of this fucking guy, right? Because I've read this story before. And this is what I said when the trade happened, when the news started coming out. I've read this story before where we get Green Bay quarterback, comes to the Jets, underperforms. And then you keep moving and it screws us up. The problem here is this fucker is going nowhere. And he's washed. He's absolutely washed. He's cooked.
We're at like 33 straight, no 300-yard games.
He is absolutely cooked.
Straight games without throwing 300 yards.
Like, Mike is over here is like, oh, your defense stinks. Your defense stinks. Yeah, great. The defense fucking stinks. You still have to score.
The defense is bad, but the offense is way bad. That's the difference. There are some Aaron Rodgers guys like it. Quit defending him. This is what happens. This is why I get mad at people like, oh, he's great. I'm like, yeah, he was great. He's not anymore. You have to be real with it.
Aaron Rodgers is fucking terrible. He's fucking terrible.
He can't move. He has no athleticism anymore. He can't move around. He can't extend the plays.
He doesn't read a defense anymore.
Correctly. He's having guys open. He's not throwing them the ball. He's throwing interceptions. He was never a person that threw interceptions. This
fucking guy, all Aaron Rodgers does now is he decides before the ball is snapped who he's throwing to. And if they're not open, he sits there, he double clutches, he throws incompletion and or interception, and then he complains.
I believe Kyler Murray had like 19 straight completions today.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I can't score a fucking touchdown. Like, I don't care how good the defense is or isn't, right? The goal of the game is to fucking score, right?
The defense could be bad, but you can make it a shootout. It can't be 31-6. It needs to be. You got to put up points too.
You have to be able to do something, right? Like I said after the Patriot game, hey, maybe firing Saleh really was a bad idea because now you've stretched Ulbrich so thin that he can't focus on the defense like he does, and he has to be around for everything. This is why when you usually fire a coach, it's a position player or position coach that takes over. Right? Because then everybody gets to stay doing what they're doing.
The special teams guy, the coach.
Or you make the special teams guy the fucking coach.
Yeah.
Right?
You can keep everybody in line.
Keep everything the status quo, and you keep it up. This is all fucking Woody's fault for getting involved. All Woody's fault for getting involved. Just for him to be going back to England. And putting us in a shitty situation. So, like, I don't get it. I'm glad that I didn't get any of my hopes up after that Texans game. Because I'd be real fucking hurt right now if I started smoking that fucking hope pipe all over again. I smoked enough. I will not be happy with this team unless Aaron Rodgers is not on it. Everybody that has to do with anything with Aaron Rodgers, please go. Hackett, go. Rodgers, go. Devontae Adams, it's been nice. Go. Like, I don't want this. I don't want this because now when it comes to hiring a coach, I have to get the Aaron Rodgers blessing for one more year. One more year of fucking washed.
Better hope he retires.
I fucking hope to God he retires. I hope to God he retires because he looks like he fucking sucks.
This is a hostage situation.
And it's all Woody Johnson's fault. Saleh and fucking Douglas wanted to go in a different direction and did not want to get this motherfucker. They wanted to, hey, we'll just go get Derek Carr, have him a couple years, and we move on. Right? Cool. Give us a shot to go and develop a quarterback.
You'd have been crying the same way with Derek Carr.
No, but I would have expected it. That's the thing. I'm not. You get Derek Carr. The Derek Carr thing is a 2 to 3 year thing. You try to capitalize because he's an average quarterback, right? Derek Carr is better than Aaron Rodgers right now. Is he not? I don't see anybody fighting me on that.
It's debatable.
It's not debatable. Aaron Rodgers sucks. Aaron Rodgers is fucking terrible. The best part about it is I would have Derek Carr and I wouldn't have had Nathaniel Hackett. That's where it's all like, I fucking hate Woody. Where it's like, I fucking hate Woody because he made us hire Nathaniel Hackett. Saleh didn't want to hire Nathaniel Hackett. That was Woody because we want to make sure Aaron has everything he fucking needs. Because we need to go get Aaron Rodgers. I'm putting my foot down. Aaron Rodgers, not Derek Carr. Now I got to run this fucking prehistoric offense with this fucking dinosaur who doesn't like fucking motion, who doesn't read a defense anymore, who can't throw across the middle, who Why? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Every time he gets sacked, he's laying face down on the ground like he's dead. He's overdoing it. Like
The problem is he's not overdoing it because he actually takes him a while to get up.
and then he went to the tent. I'm like, oh no, is that a collarbone?
He went to the tent. I was like, oh, thank God Tyrod's coming in. And then he didn't. I was like, holy shit, Tyrod Taylor's about to come into this game and fucking make Aaron look like shit.
No, Aaron Rodgers is not getting benched anytime soon.
The best thing that could possibly happen right now is Aaron Rodgers not getting benched. Yeah, that's the best case scenario.
You get a high draft pick.
Keep Aaron in, because if we put in Tyrod Taylor, we're going to end up winning football games. And the worst part about this is Aaron is going to have a couple of these games down the stretch that's really going to fuck up our draft position because he's going to win.
There are some clowns that picked this team to go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Listen, if you would have told me that Aaron is going to be significantly worse than the last time we saw him, I wouldn't have taken it. I took them based on Aaron just being average. Because if Aaron was average, we would be a better football team.
This
team's horrendous.
This team's a market sale. You got a wholesale. You got a fire sale in New York.
The problem is, it's not. That's the problem here. It should be. We should be like, hey, blow everything up, get everybody out. Not going to happen. We're going to run it back.
Defense is bad. You got corners losing their nicknames.
Everything's horrendous. I think there's a group of guys on the defense that checked out when Saleh got fired. And nobody wants to come to work anymore. There's no juice on either side of the ball. Ulbrich is in over his head. Ulbrich will be a linebacker coach for Green Bay next year. It just is what it is. It sucks.
Or he'll be on the 49ers, one of those teams. Or Houston.
He'll have a job. Or maybe he'll work with Saleh again in Green. Listen, stretching him thin was a bad idea. But hey, Woody, good shit. All right, your turn.
It's my turn. What do you want me to say about this team?
Trey Lance stinks.
Well, everybody.
Trey Lance stinks.
Cooper Rush is terrible too. They actually get to the fucking red zone twice, like inside the 5 twice, and they come up with 0 points. Trey Lance was bad, yeah, but you throw Trey Lance in there. I'm like, the plays Mike McCarthy's calling, Rico Dowdle has the hot hand, and then you just put in Zeke and he fumbles. I'm like, I'm gonna let Rico Dowdle finish the fucking drive. He's the one that's fucking moving the ball on this drive. Like, no, whatever. Because the Eagles wanted to give them the game. Don't get it twisted. They fucking 34-6, but fucking Jalen Hurts was turnover machine in that first quarter. Turning the ball over in the red zone, fumbling. Because Michael Parsons showed up and made a play, but you guys got to score. It's a wash season. I hope Jerry sells the team. Or something else.
I hope Woody sells the team. I hope Woody sells the team. I hope Jerry sells the team, because you know what's going to happen? You know who's going to be the head coach of the New York Jets next year? Rex Ryan again.
I think that Ben Johnson's
not going to want to come here.
Ben Johnson, Dallas, everybody's hurt. Dak's fucking hamstring is torn off the bone, so he's done for the year. You got CeeDee Lamb has a ball coming his way, but he can't see because the sun's in the way. Put the windows up. Why are they open? You hurt your own team doing that way. Because Philly, this game, like, why were they? in the beginning of the game, just run the ball. You know they can't stop the run. Just run the ball. Just run the ball. They can't stop the run of the ball. Saquon should have like fucking 200 yards rushing. Why are you not giving him the ball? You fucking want to throw the ball with Jalen Hurts. It's the first time Philly is won the first time Philly has fucking won in Dallas since 2017.
I just like to say that all of Jets Twitter has turned on Aaron Rodgers, and we love it. Nothing could make me fucking happier.
This game is Mike McCarthy. He was scared to call fucking. He's calling like we know the offense is terrible to begin with. You already call prehistoric plays. Now you're really amping up the prehistoricness in the play calling. I'm like, if you're not gonna fucking. That's what I'm like. I said a text message. I'm like, if you're gonna call play, if you're not gonna fucking try, just put Trey Lance in. Because at least when they get in the red zone, you could run the threat of running a zone read. And what you also found out is Trey Lance threw a pick. He also has a hit stick in real life, like a hit in the game. I was like, oh. He hit that guy. It'll take nothing away, like because Philly's defense is not good neither. So when I'm willing to see what this game is going to look like on Thursday when they play Washington, if it's going to be a shootout, because what Jalen Hurts struggles with, Dallas is doing it. They were successful today. You have to keep them bottled in the pocket and don't let them go right. Don't let them run right. Because he was holding on to the ball a lot. He just holds on to the ball forever instead of just getting rid of it. And even the announcers, Tony Romo was killing Jalen Hurts. He's like, why are you holding on the ball that long? He just keeps holding on to the ball. Like, you got to get rid of it. There's no, even that sack, you shouldn't even be taking that sack. Because if you just keep him bottled in the pocket and don't let him run right, force him to his left, that's where he struggles.
Oh, Steven, we got it. We got it. My boy on Twitter, he's ready to kill St. Juice. Oh, let me get it ready.
Well,
let's do it. Before we end the show, let's just watch this together as a family.
BSJ is a fucking bitch. All right, I don't give a fuck no more, bro. The nigga is terrible, bro. Nickname for BSJ for now on until that nigga is off our team is BSJ shit. That's his nickname. I'm not hard. Like, look how fake hard this nigga is. Look. And he'll be tackled at the 37. What you gonna do, bro? You're not gonna hurt me. So lame ass off the field, bitch. Look at BSJ again. Look. Just you do understand, bro, that you cannot walk the streets of the DMV, bro. You do understand that, right? And the fans seeing you walking down the street, walking your dog or something, yeah, they gonna call you so many curse words, my nigga. You gonna think they talking French. Look at this, man. Nigga getting bagged by Mike. Bro, this nigga getting bagged by Mike Williams in 2024. This ain't Justin Herbert, Mike Williams. Give me Russell Wilson. Put me on goddamn BSJ shitty. And I'm going to go look like goddamn Chargers, Mike. You know what, BSJ shitty? Your time is up, bitch. You're going back to your country.
Centre de surveillance et d'intervention d'urgence Affaires mondiales Canada.
Excuse me, ma'am. Oui, bonjour. I don't know what the fuck you just said. I need you to get one of your refugees out of our fucking country. There is a nigga named Benjamin St. Juice. That nigga is from your country. But this nigga is somehow land of the free of America. Nobody invited this nigga. Send this nigga back to your country. We don't fuck with this nigga. Y'all better get this nigga before Donald Trump get him.
That's a real fan. You know why? You're not a real fan of a team if there's not someone on your team that you hate.
Oh, there's so much hate in his heart. and it's my favorite. Oh my god. He hates Benjamin St. Just so much.
Wait till Thursday when they put his ass on AJ Brown and they just say, "Oh, go press him 1-on-1."
Oh my god. That shit.
Cover 3 match.
Every week he's calling ICE, he's calling the police, he's calling something on this motherfucker. He hates him. Oh,
That's a real fan.
that's a real fan.
Real fans hate somebody on the team. That's how you know they're a real fan. There's no if you're a fan of the team, you don't hate nobody. You're not a real fan. You're a fake ass.
Guy hates somebody.
You know, like, why is this guy still on this team? He's here. Every team has it. And then when they
4 or 5 guys,
when they finally get rid of that guy, now you got to find a new guy. So it takes you a little while. So when they finally get rid of the guy, they're like, "Oh, this is the guy I hate now." They need to get rid of you.
I got a few guys. Every year I got a few. It's just public enemy number 1 is the guy who wears 8. Public enemy number 1 is the guy who wears 8. Tomorrow, Miami Dolphins, the 2-6 Miami Dolphins versus the 4-4 Los Angeles Rams. I couldn't give a fuck about this game.
Let me tell you what. I think you should give a fuck about this game because I think this is going to be a fun game. And Matt Stafford, guess who's checking out of the hospital for Matt Stafford? His offensive line is back.
I'll be watching this game because I want to see Tua turn the ball over, show up.
Offensively, I believe he's getting 2 of his offensive linemen back from the IR. I'm like, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Kyron Williams. Look, Dolphins defense is terrible. Jalen Ramsey has been terrible all season long. So who's Jalen covering this game? Is he covering Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua? Where are you going to hide him? Matt Stafford's going to find him. And then it'll be Kyron Williams for a touchdown. What are you going to do when the LA Rams?
Are you going to add the whole country in Canada? Oh, shit. Oh, this is unreal. Oh, fuck. I'm glad I stumbled upon this man. His fandom is my favorite thing because my fandom is terrible. I hate it. I want to jump off a bridge. His fandom
could be worse. The FSU coach, Mike Norvell, he's so terrible. He's blaming everybody else but himself. So he fires his offense coordinator, his defensive coordinator, his wide receivers coach, his offensive line coach. He fired them all.
And Miami just beat FSU today in hockey.
I'm going to be honest with you right now. I saw that on Twitter. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know they had a hockey team.
I knew FSU had a hockey team. I didn't know Miami had one.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know both teams had a hockey team. I said right fucking now. That one threw me. When I saw that like 7-2, I'm like, when did they get a fucking hockey team?
I knew FSU had a hockey team.
Is this their inaugural season? What the fuck? When is the Miami hockey team coming from? Like Carson Beck, he dates one of the Cavender twins, and ever since he posted that picture on Twitter, he's been throwing like 20 interceptions.
All right. Well, you come to the end of the night, Steven. Thank you, everybody who showed up. Thank you for joining us. Brother Boys will be back next week to recap these games. I'm probably going to be in the same spot I am this week where I'm just mad at the world because the Jets better not win. We're at the point where we better not win games. So if you want to see me crash out next week, come back.
Where you got the bleach, I'm like,
No, the bleach is no. I don't need the bleach anymore. I need the bleach if we win games. That's what's gonna happen. I need the bleach if we win games.
Who's next up on the Jets docket?
Colts.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So
They don't win the game. That's terrible.
Thank you for stopping by. We will see you next week. Have a